The peace has been shattered, diplomacy failed, the robots are back. It's all-out war and the battle lines have been drawn. So prime your weapons and evict the faint-hearted as we put the scrap back into metal.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Commander-in-Chief, Craig Charles.
Now, if you've ever wondered whether machines are taking over the world, then wonder no more, because Robot Wars is back. And it's bigger, it's more destructive, and offers more metal carnage than when Metal Mickey tried to juggle with Semtex. Robot Wars is a survival of the fittest, but its contenders aren't body beautifuls and figure-hugging lycra. They're ugly lumps of metal made out of nuts and bolts and household appliances and whatever was left lying around the garage at the time. Oh, and yeah, they want to kill each other. As always, they'll face each other, they'll face dangerous challenges, and they'll also take on the mechanical might of the house robots.
Who can forget the ferocity of Shunt, capable of cleaving all opponents in two with the deadliest of axes? Matriarchal Matilda returning with improved titanium tusks and a reinforced chainsaw tail. Dead Metal holding on to his sinister reputation with those pneumatic pincers and a ferocious circular saw. The Sergeant belching out fiery damnation. The house robots are back, and this time it's personal.
Catch your breath. There's one more. The biggest, baddest, butchest of them all. Ladies and gentlemen, bow down to the mechanical might of Sir Killalot.
Awesome, majestic, with a deadly claw capable of cutting through solid steel, Sir Killalot thrives on wanton destruction.
Now, you might think Sir Killalot's giving it all of that. You might think he's all mouth and no trousers. But look what he can do. Lump of metal, robotic arm. Awesome power personified. Now, over the last 6 months, garages and workshops have been clattering to the sound of roboteers constructing their machines. They're making some final last-minute adjustments, and as ever, Philip is with them in the pits.
Yes, well, Robot Wars has grown phenomenally since we last hit your screens. In fact, over 120 teams are taking part in this series, and I'm surrounded by some of them now. These guys represent some of the best technicians and radio control experts in the country today, and they're preparing for war. They know that this last-minute fine-tuning could mean the difference between victory or defeat.
Each week, 6 teams will be at each other's throats. Their robots will be bashing the living daylights out of each other. There's only one small rule. Only one can survive. So let's meet the contenders.
First, from East Molesey in Surrey, Victor.
It may look like a wind-up go-kart, but this tubular steel frame, aluminium and steel-plated armoured V-shaped robot has weapons driven by a motorbike starter, and the lawnmower blade can be replaced by a formidable flail.
From Dartford Girls Grammar School, Nepal.
The veteran fighters from the first wars, the girls are back with the flame-coloured napalm. A 15-mile-an-hour top speed's a fair lick. It can push its own weight, and the chainsaw has a 16-inch blade.
From Burgess Hill in West Sussex, Pandemonium.
Owner Pete Collier once built a go-kart with shaky wheels. He went to France to buy these to create Pandemonium. The outer coating's expanding foam polypropylene. Watch out for the 2 cold chisel ramming spikes.
From Ossett in Yorkshire, Pièce de Resistance.
The bog-eyed Pièce de Resistance is the lightest competitor tonight. Don't take it too lightly, though, with its lifting blade made out of a snow shovel. Its chassis is an old microwave oven, and it's driven by windscreen wipers from a Mini.
From Sutton in Surrey, Caliban.
Named after the beast in Shakespeare's Tempest and hoping to whip up a storm, Caliban's built from a bolted Dexian frame powered by 2 12-volt batteries. Its spinning dome has slashing and cutting weapons.
From the Thomas Hardy School in Dorchester, Demolition Demon.
Powered by 2 wheelchair motors donated by Dorset County Council, armoured with a galvanised finish, its grinding disc is powered by a 22 horsepower motor. It's not the most dangerous, but Craig, it looks hardy to me.
It's all very simple. Each of our robots will face a variety of challenges and battles. There's 3 rounds: the gauntlet, the trials and the arena. And because we don't like losers on this show, 1 robot will be eliminated at the end of each round. The winner will earn a place in our series semi-finals. That's enough of the talk. Let's get stuck in.
Our first round is the gauntlet, designed to test driver skill, robot design and sheer brute strength to its max. Each team competes separately. The important thing is they get from here to the end zone in as fast a time as possible. Now, they have 3 routes to choose from. They can work their way straight down the middle, in which case they have to negotiate spikes, a brick wall, in whichever way they see fit, the treacherous seesaw, and as if that weren't enough, then they have a meeting with the lovely Sergeant Bash. If they're really silly, they'll risk the route over here with its flame pit, our ram rig with its circular saws, and to top that off, a meeting with the lovely Matilda. Now, they might think we've given them an easy option with this route over here, since it's only got 2 pits to fall in. Let me tell you, the biggest pitfall of all is here, Sir Killalot, and he defends this route fiercely.
First up, Napalm with old friends of Robot Wars, Claire Greenaway and Rebecca Glenn.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the last war, if you remember, we had Detonator. Now we introduce Napalm.
His main weaponry is this arm, which goes up and then activates the micro switch at the back, which turns on this lethal chainsaw.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And the 15-year-old girls driving Napalm straight at the brick wall. David Crosby, the last time he was on the programme, did his nut. And there's Sir Killalot coming in round the back. He's mean, he's moody, he's magnificent, he's menacing. Napalm, one of the heavyweight robots, but look at that, a lightweight in the arms of Sir Killalot. And the chainsaws come off. That's the weaponry gone. 16 inches long it may be, but it's no opponent for Sir Killalot, and he could dominate Robot Wars. Napalm driven in onto the tag track.
Captain David Crosby, Claire Greenaway and Rebecca Glenn. Well, you were sort of ambushed by Killalot. Yeah. And he just went in for the kill. Yep. You must be gutted, though. I mean, he's mashed it to pieces.
So is he.
But he's dead as well. He's stopped. If you get through to the next round, do you think you'll be ready?
We will be ready.
Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Steady progress by Napalm, 7.5 metres. Should be good enough to see them through.
Roboteers, stand by.
Pete Collier and Chris Loader with Pandemonium.
It's got a large fence post on the front, which is designed to raise and hopefully take out some nasty cutting gear.
3, 2, 1, activate.
I wonder if they'll use those cold chisel spikes at the wall. Thinking twice about it. Good steering. Oh, taking on the circular saws. And caught by the saws, grinding hard. There goes the lifting spike. They're off the circular saws now. Now, can they get away from our squeezing ram rig? Waiting their time. Chris Loader once wore a plastic biking outfit, and it's gone through with the power of Thor's hammer! And they're through! Great run! And I thought it had gone horribly wrong when they steered into the saws. But that's a good run. Pandemonium completing the course.
Roboteers, stand by.
Pièce de Resistance, driven by Colin Scott.
This is our robot, Pièce de Resistance. It's a fiberglass bodywork and uses 4 motors off a Mini.
And at the back, the weapons are spikes. At the front, there's a snowplow, which hopefully will ease out the competition.
3, 2, 1, activate.
32-year-old Colin, the driver, a market stall worker. His sister Julie, wanting the snowplow to push anything out of the way. And Brian Newcombe, the third member of the team, once built a shed.
You've got toy tricycle wheels. Will you be able to get over the bricks on your toy tricycle wheels?
Yes, because I've got the shovel to lift the bricks out at way.
Well, the shed stood up, and so did the wall. I'm not too sure whether Fiesta Resistance will. Under the tusks of Matilda. And here comes Sir Killalot. And look at the power. And look at the bad mood. It's picked up like a piece of fluff. Piece de resistance. No resistance there. Surrender. And the hopes of Colin Scott left hanging by a thread.
You didn't seem to have the power to break down the wall, and then you just got caught in a pincer movement, didn't you?
Yeah, well, it was pièce de résistance, and now it's a piece of scrap.
It didn't last very long, did it?
No.
No, well, that's the way it goes sometimes in Robot Wars. Give them a round of applause. Cheers, guys.
Fiesta Resistance in trouble. 3.8 metres covered only.
We're down to lack of power, you know. Simple as that. So, what can you say? No.
Could you soup it up for the next round, do you think?
Yes, could do.
If you get through to the next round?
If I get through, yeah.
OK, well done.
Fingers crossed.
Well done, guys.
Robot ears, stand by.
Caliban, team captain Eric Hodgins on the right.
Its outer shell casing is made out of an old industrial fan, and the lid is made out of polycarbonate.
So inside we've got 2 drive motors. We've got a flywheel ring gear and a starter motor out of a Ford car. That will rotate this and drive the blades round.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
But to run the gauntlet, I don't think they're using the blade, they're using the flail. On the big drive chain there. Driving seems to be a bit of a problem, though. They've lost their way. I think steering's a bit of a problem here. Daniel Bushnell and Martin Beckett at the controls. They're all over the place. Crashing, bumping, barging. Oh, no. And now taking on Sir Killalot. The only weapon he has is that flail. There it goes. He's knocked off the 3-metre marker. Sir Killalot closes in, though. Can he stop that flail? Flail rock and roll.
Cease.
Caliban dead and buried. Hoisted by his own petard. And only 0.2 metres.
Robot ears, stand by.
Victor, driven by Guy Pickett, a remote control car fan.
We have a lawnmower blade as the weapon, and it's powered by a motorbike starter motor, which makes it go pretty fast.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
13-year-old Gareth Goddard is the design man behind Victor, attacking the wall and through. But there's a brick caught underneath, only a 5mm ground clearance. Could be a trouble there for Victor.
With a robot like this, you could choose almost any route, I suppose.
Go down the middle one.
Straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Straight down the middle is a problem. And I don't think that lawnmower blade will be a help. Not with Sir Killalot in. We know he can squeeze and break metal, but he can't catch Victor. Go on, Victor. Victorious. And through.
You made it through to the end zone. At first I thought, well, you had the power to break the wall, and then you seemed to get stuck and your wheels were spinning, and then it was like Killalot came and helped you out in a way, didn't he?
He's trying to become a good friend of ours.
Yeah. Did you really think you had the power to break down that wall?
Yeah, we knew we had the power. The trouble was, I think one of our wheels caught a thing and spun us round and pulled us back into the wall, and then we sort of got raised up off the ground, and the wheels were just couldn't quite hit it. Also, we needed a nudge to get it backwards.
Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
A good clean run by Victor. They completed the course in the fastest time they're through. And Caliban looks very suspect.
Robot ears, stand by.
Demolition Demon, driven by 17-year-old Peter Harrison.
It's powered by 2 24-volt electric wheelchair motors. And unlike other competitors who have got the control gear throughout the robot, all the essential components are kept within one metal box in the middle to protect them.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
I think this is a solid-looking robot. Veering towards the wall and then changing direction. Surely they're not going to take on Sir Killalot. And the pit. And also on this near side is Sergeant Bash. If they can get beyond Killalot with a little turn of pace, they do. Matilda comes in with the chainsaw. That's a horrible sight, isn't it? Another pit, they've gone beyond the pit. Now in comes Bash, beyond Bash, what a brave run! Terrific stuff by Demolition Demon and through.
Demolition Demon team, come and have a word on the podium. Come and have a word. You went and took on Sir Killalot. Why did you decide to go up against Killalot?
We're still arguing the last 2 seconds. We're deciding whether the grinding discs, but I think we took the right way.
Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Demolition Demon are through a clean run in the fastest time. Wham bam, thank you Caliban. Bye-bye.
Sadly, we're going to have to say goodbye to the Caliban team. It's really sad.
Oh, yes, well, afraid that's it. It's a competition. We didn't do very well, so...
So will you repair it?
Well, I'd like to keep it as it is and just keep it to show to people.
It's a memorial of your time on Robot Wars, which was short but sweet. Thank you very much.
One robot down, one more to be eliminated after the trials. Now, when you think of Skittles, you think of sweaty old men huddled in the corner of a pub, dribbling over warm beer. But our game of Skittles isn't like that. No, 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 no. In our game of Skittles, each of our surviving robots has to knock down as many barrels as possible in the time allowed. The one that knocks down the least amount of barrels gets bowled out of the contest. So, let's get ready to shake, rattle, and bowl. Let the trials begin.
3, 2, 1, activate.
15-year-old Claire Greenaway driving Napalm needs to get as many barrels down as she can. If she goes within that triangle, the house robots can't get it. Oh, an explosive start. She wants to be a lifeguard. We may need her. And now look, she's burrowing in. The house robots can't follow her.
We've got to attack the triangle, get into it, knock as many Skittles over as possible. Whilst we're inside that triangle, the house robots cannot touch us.
Yeah. You want to bet? You're stuck in there now, Davy Crosby, the teacher of the girls. They've got a few barrels over. 9 barrels in all for Napalm. Setting the standards, but not really setting the place on fire.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Pandemonium, not as fast as Napalm, but a more direct route. Oh, look at those barrels fly. And now doesn't have the weaponry to get further barrels down. What on earth's the sergeant doing in there? Doesn't want to leave the barrels. There's that steel spike for attack. Oh, and it's losing weight. No wonder. Matilda was there. And now away from the barrels. Got to be closer than that. That's a poor finish. But still, 9 barrels achieved by Pandemonium.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
This is the family team. Ken Goddard, Gareth Goddard's dad, and Guy Pickett's uncle. And that's a steamrolling start. Right in there from Victor. And there's the lawnmower blade spinning around. But I just wonder whether they're stuck. Flicks another barrel off. Slices into the barrel. But they don't seem to have enough movement now with that big steel frame to get away. Cutting through the barrels like cheese. But no more tumbling to the ground. Only 4 barrels from Victor. 3rd place. They could be in trouble.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
This is Demolition Demon from the Thomas Hardy School in Dorchester. The school crest is on the back. An explosive start. A big metal spike on the back. Swirling round, sending barrels cascading, another one topples. Turn, turn, turn. Get that blade spinning. In comes Killalot. Seeks refuge amongst the barrels. And I wonder if he's done enough. Another couple tumble. I think they're through. Demolition Demon has done a lot. This is a marvellous, marvellous spell. Demolition Demon certainly ruffling the feathers of the house robots. And they seem to have gone berserk. They're angry. They want revenge. And Demolition Demon is bearing the brunt of their anger. Come on, stop it. They've gone berserk. Well, well, well. 20 barrels. No wonder they were angry. But we've got to get them under control.
Roboteers, stand by.
You mean to tell me that despite looking extremely wonky, you're fully functional?
Well, that's flexible, so it can wobble them out of place. Just so happy about it, and it's turbo charged now. That's extra.
And how have you achieved that in the couple of hours you've had?
Bigger batteries.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Turbocharged, oh yeah. Right, let's see what power behind pièce de résistance with that snow plough. Raise, here we go. No power at all, that's no joke. And the barrels stay in place, and I think that's the best we're going to see from pièce de résistance. And the house robots simply toying, Sir Killalot in the way. Flips it up and over Matilda, and that's the end.
Piece of resistance, come up to the platform. Colin Scott, Brian Newcombe and Julie Scott. Well, that did not go at all well, did it?
Well, I thought with my shovel being up, I might have got a few top ones, but, you know, never did.
It was a bit like Finland in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah.
0 points.
Yeah, I agree.
Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, well done, guys. But look at this. Pièce de résistance has become some sort of dreadful plaything for Killalot. Broiled boggle eyes. You will not be going to the ball. Cinders. Not a barrel of laughs for pièce de résistance. No barrels. They're out.
You just kind of stopped just before you got to the Skittles and thought,
well, I got to the
Skittles. It was
Skittles,
as though you were thinking,
and then
shall I bother with the Skittles?
Well, it didn't have the power, too heavy for it again.
So it comes to this. 4 robots will enter the arena and only 1 will survive. Our 4 robots have been randomly drawn in battle against each other. The winners will then face each other and fight for a place in our series semi-finals. Now, to win, all they've got to do is obliterate the opponent or immobilise them. If there's no clear-cut winner, a decision will be made by our panel of judges. They'll be looking at style, control, damage and aggression. Our judges are Eric Dickinson, a veteran from Robot Wars in America, Professor Noel Sharkey, head of robotics at Sheffield University, and Adam Harper, an engineering specialist. Hey, let's get stuck in.
The first semi-final, Napalm against Pandemonium.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And there, the dreadful pincer of Sir Killalot in the PPZ, the Perimeter Patrol Zone. Bossed by our own house robots. They don't want to go into that zone in the red and black. Here's Pandemonium circling, coming in with the front spike. That's dangerous driving though, because Matilda's tusks are in the PPZ, and it's all over. That was Pandemonium.
Well, guys, go to the podium. Well, how do you feel about that?
Gutted. How's that? Pretty sad. 20 seconds and we're beaten up by a couple of girls, no offence.
But they never laid a glove on you. You got done in by the house robots.
To be fair, she has this habit of hurting herself, and she did that just then. What can we say?
Well, there you go, guys. You're through to the last battle. Yeah, you're feeling lucky?
We're feeling very lucky.
Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Lucky, lads.
Pathetic, wasn't it? It was a bit, wasn't it? Oh, what can you do? What can you do? We thought she was heavy, thought she had a very low centre of gravity, and thought she would stay upright. How wrong could we have been?
The second semi-final, Victor against Demolition Demon.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
The wedge-shaped Demolition Demon with its slow ground clearance against the higher Victor, coming flailing in against the armour coating of Demolition Demon. Good start by Victor. But back comes the Demolition Demon at it, and Matilda and Shunt in there as well. Victor turns to go away and can't get away. Look at the grinding disc of Demolition Demon though, shattered, just like some old sad LP no longer in the charts. But Victor can't move, it must have done the damage, the grinding disc. Victor's in trouble here now. The aggression, the controlled aggression is from Demolition Demon. In comes Matilda, backs away for another charge with those ferocious tusks. Now turns to bring in the chainsaw. Matilda hacks, slices. Victor in trouble. So too the Demolition Demon though. If the Sergeant or Killalot get in, Killalot closing in on Victor and picking him up so effortlessly and trawling him away like some ghastly trophy back to his demonic cave. Still has the grip of Victor. Does kill a lot. In comes the axe of Shunt on the Demolition Demon, but I don't think Demolition's going to be axed in this one. I think they've done enough.
The Demolition team, the Victor team, come up to the podium. Now listen, you were immobilised for most of that game. Yeah. So the judges decided that the decision has gone to the Demolition Demon team. One fight away from the semi-finals. Think you're going to win this next fight?
Oh, I think it's definite.
Oh, confidence. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause.
So we come to the first final of this series of Robot Wars, Napalm against Demolition Demon.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And the winners qualify for the first of our series semi-finals of Robot Wars. Demolition Demon, the boys from Thomas Hardy School, and Napalm, the girls from Dartford Grammar. Napalm the heavier and the faster. There's that metal grinding disc, though, that could be damaging. On Napalm, don't forget the judges will vote on style, control, damage to your opponents, and aggression. Teacher David Crosby getting involved. Matilda waits on the sidelines. That's good speed and good control by Napalm. Now coming in on the attack on Demolition Demon. Trying to get that grinding disc into play over the spikes. You see those two giant mandibles at the back. Big spider-like jaws. Napalm attacking Demolition Demon again. In comes Demolition Demon underneath, trying to get the wedge shape to effect, and that big metal spike into play. Underneath, Napalm again. That's a good attack by Demolition Demon. In comes Dead Metal, one of the house robots, and there's the sergeant as well. Oh, and the girls have lost their petticoat, look, at the back of Napalm. They've suffered damage. Just about hanging on, that grid at the back. This is good work by Demolition Demon here. Spinning, coming in on the attack. There's the big titanium-fronted ram scoop, though, on Napalm, taking damage in there from Shunt. Ram raiding its way through, and underneath now Demolition Demon. Can he get that grinding disc to play? Under 8 seconds to go, and they're away from the danger. But they were suspect there, Napalm. Couple of buffets from Demolition Demon. Goodness me, this is going to go very, very close. It goes to the judges, and there's hardly a lick of paint, a smear of oil between the two teams. Very close.
Well, total metal carnage. We now await the judges' decision.
Judging on style, control, damage, and aggression. Not good style there by Napalm, leaving itself open. Couple of good aggressive stabs back with the mandibles. That just didn't really come into play. Damage done to Napalm, but by the house robots.
We now have the judges' decision, and hold on to your hats, it's quite controversial. The winner is Napalm!
Ooh, the girls delighted, the boys disconsolate, and the crowd don't like it.
Well, the judges say that although you sustained an awful lot of damage, that was given to you by the house robots, and that you were far more aggressive than Demolition Demon.
Yes!
How do you feel?
Lovely, absolutely wonderful.
Talk me through it.
Well, that's clear, she did it.
Well, they talk about women drivers, but it looked pretty spectacular to me, Claire.
Well, of course, women are just the best, you know.
You did sustain an awful lot of damage. Do you think your robot's going to be ready for the series semi-finals?
Yeah, we'll go and pick all the bits up and stick them back on again.
It did really well. Congratulations. Give them a round of applause. Well, from the show that's bigger than Roseanne's drawers, good night. God bless from Robot Wars.
Well, a bit annoyed with the judge's decision, but I suppose he's a boss, so we can't complain